Kev G, weather overview. How's it going out there, everybody? Here are your highlights for the next 24 to 36 hours. Very interesting weather this week, both here and across the United States, as a major hurricane is going to hit the Middle Atlantic and Southeast Coast, Hurricane Florence. We'll take a look at that in a second. For our weather, it's going to be back and forth. I think the later in the week we go, I think the weather will improve. But for the beginning of the week, not so much. Kind of a crummy start to the week. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down, and that'll be the case tomorrow as we work through this rainfall. And this is courtesy of NOAA. Like them on Facebook and Twitter. Now, to really get a handle on things, I always thought that Sunday would be sort of the worst of the two weekend days. And when we look at the radar right now, it illustrates what the problem is in the atmosphere, is that high pressure is trying to push down and trying to suppress the rainfall, but it's only doing so much of a good job in doing so. The dry air is over New England, but not so much over New York City and Long Island. So these bands of moderate to heavy rain are only going to increase in coverage and intensity as the day goes on, especially for New York City and points south. Now, meanwhile, over New England, they might get away with a dry day, albeit cloudy, but nevertheless, a very interesting weather pattern developing. It looks like we're going to get a soaking rain here for the next 24 to 36 hours, and then leftover showers for Monday afternoon, Monday night, and gradually improving weather conditions. So this is off the Penn State EWOL site. This is the radar as of 11 a.m. this morning. Now, when we look at the models, the GFS illustrates this very beautifully, because you have this high pressure system over Quebec, and it's only pushing down so much and giving New England a relatively dry, free pass here on your Sunday. Now, it's cloudy up there, but it's not raining like it is down here. So periods of rain for the tri-state area will increase in coverage and intensity. And as that high gives way, the winds are going to pick up along the coast. So gusts to 30 miles an hour are going to develop for Sunday evening into a good part of Monday. So when you wake up Monday morning, periods of rain, breezy, hang on to that umbrella pretty tight as you go into work for your Monday with temperatures in the 60s. And what will happen is this rain will start to diminish in coverage and intensity as we go through the day on Monday afternoon, Monday night. And then, ironically enough, our temperatures will actually start to warm up. So when you wake up Tuesday morning, it'll actually be warmer than what it was on Monday morning. That's because a warm front will move through, and we'll have leftover showers for Tuesday, but not nearly as much rain as we're going to have on Monday. Now, if you notice to the right of your screen, if you look on the bottom right-hand corner of this image, you see the menacing, what will be a very dangerous major hurricane, Florence. And when we look at Tropical Storm Florence right now, you can see it in the middle of your picture. Behind Tropical Storm Florence, you have Tropical Storm Isaac and Tropical Storm Helene. So you have three systems going at once, folks, right now in the Atlantic. And I believe very strongly that Florence is going to become a dangerous major hurricane, and it is going to affect the southeast coast. So when we go back to the models, our weather is fine for late in the week, but you've noticed that menacing hurricane starting to come towards the eastern seaboard, and it is going to affect the Carolinas very badly, I think. Somewhere from Myrtle Beach up to Morehead City is where I think the ultimate landfall is going to be, but that is subject to change. Now, for our weather, I think that any impacts from this tropical storm and soon-to-be Hurricane Florence, they're going to be in the form of residual rainfall, probably early next week, if at all. So the biggest impact that we're going to see in the tri-state area is from rough surf and high waves at the Atlantic-facing beaches.